Welcome, everybody, to pregame for Sword Coast Chronicles. I am DM Galabond. I am being joined in the Discord and on the Roll20 gradually by the players as they filter in. Players, how has your week been?
Pretty good.
Sugary.
Pretty good.
A sugary week. Well, there's worse things.
I think I just heard her crack another soda.
Uh-oh.
No, that was me hiccuping.
Uh-oh.
My stomach is rejecting all the sugar now. But I will get a can of soda. I could.
I've got my
Slow
water.
down on the sugar intake.
You don't tell a baker that. Mm-mm.
Well, at some point we will tell you, or at some point your doctor will tell you, cut down on sugar.
I think my genes are actually already telling me that. But you're right. I'm not allowed caffeine, too much sugar, or too much salt because of my anxiety. And I'm not allowed to exercise either, which is fun.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Physical activity is always good for brain health. It kind of
But not good for my heartbeat health, which rests at 120.
Oh. Yeah, probably cutting down on salt will help that. Possibly.
You get ready. I'll be back.
All right.
Love it. How's your week been, Gally?
So far, so good. Nice day on Saturday. I wasn't really sure what to expect. The team pulled out a victory at home, which was very nice. Had a good turnout for the tailgate. A very nice toast to the Queen. I've got to talk to a fella that played professionally, and he retired 15 years ago. And he did validate one of my frustrations about the modern game, but he explained where that came from and why they do it. So I understand why they do what annoys me. As I said to him, okay, now I understand it, but it still annoys me. He says, yeah, it kind of annoys me too, because back in my day, we didn't do that. So it's like, but the whole philosophy of coaching has changed. So now things this way.
Hello,
James.
How was your week, sir?
it was good. How about you guys?
Good. Are you back in the home office now? Or you sound back to your normal audio? Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Well, welcome home, sir.
Thank you.
All right. Well, according to the Roll20, we have... Oh, and there's somebody else. We have Michael, Ivy, and James. And on the Discord, looks like we have... Hey, Paul. We've got...
Paul has made it. Welcome back.
Ken. Who usually now with this summer schedule, he is usually working his way home through traffic at this point in time. So we will go ahead and turn down the music to a dull roar, and we will recap what happened last time on our stream. All right. Welcome to session 94 of Sword Coast Chronicles, and in our last game, the PCs were exploring the city of Old Omu, the Forbidden City, and they ventured into one of the shrines of the 9 trickster gods, and they found something a little unexpected. Now, they had been warned that Acererak was evil. They had been warned that he liked to toy with adventurers. They did not realize that when they got within the walls of the shrine compound, they would be walking into an anti-magic zone. So their potions went inert, their items lost their enchantment temporarily, or the enchantment was suppressed, it's better to say, and any spells they tried to use did not have any effect. And so by relying solely on their wits and their physical abilities, they had to try to figure out which of the 3 puzzle cubes they saw within the shrine was the real one. Now, fortunately for them, they had someone who could read Old Omuan in the form of Erects, the translator, the scribe from Thay. Unfortunately for them, they decided to act before they gave due consideration to what they had read. And as soon as they tried to move one of the false cubes, 12 crossbow bolts went off and injured one of the party members, and it killed poor Erects. So they have now lost their scribe, and they have lost the only person that without some sort of extensive study time or the aid of a magical spell was able to read Old Omuan. So they may now be at a little bit of a disadvantage as they go continuing to look for the rest of these puzzle cubes. But we find them gathered together on the doorstep of this particular shrine. They eventually did retrieve the puzzle cube and decided, instead of going back to their base camp, since this shrine is the one that's out in the middle of the lava lake, I will briefly move us to the large map of Omu to pinpoint where we are. Okay. It will, for the benefit of chat, I will reduce that. Okay, the party currently is here at this shrine down here, and as they were making as they were setting up their campfire, they heard the roar as of a horrible beast, a large and humongous horrible beast, and it's hard to tell where, but the echo was coming from this direction over here. So beyond where they had found their camp section of the city, and the roar of that creature echoed and died away. And so it is now evening, and Paul, since you weren't here last week, perhaps if there's anything that I have neglected, some of their players may want to catch you up on that. So
I wasn't here either last week.
That's right, Heather, you weren't. So Paul and Heather, you guys may want to catch you up on any details that I left out. Go ahead as you're sitting by the campfire.
No, you pretty much hit the nail on the head, Golly.
Okay.
Now, can we say that Belle was a smart one the other day? The pat on the back of Belle, come on.
You are smart, so that's, you You're just saying the truth, aren't you?
Yes, Belle. You earned this.
Well, I was getting over a mad hangover, so I wasn't really conscious of what was happening around us. So if there was anything that the omnipresent consciousness in the sky that kind of reminds me of things, forgot, feel free to share with the group because, my consciousness isn't that great.
That is a lot of big words for Krenraid.
I've been learning a lot from Mulek. He's been teaching me.
Well, even know that they killed the scribe and I solved the puzzle. The scribe's still dead.
Oh, no, what happened to him?
The other old man's dead.
What happened to him? It was a nice old man. I liked him.
Got shot by a lot of arrows.
Oh.
Like a lot of them. Like, you should have seen him. He turned into a porcupine.
No, that'll kill you all right. Ugh.
Tac. Porcupine. Yeah, go show him what a porcupine is. He might be still too hungover to, know.
What did you call
Those don't attack the porcupines because they hurt your fingies. What?
Okay, so
You called
the old man was killed by a porcupine wielding a bunch of crossbows?
No.
No?
Magic bows built into the walls.
Oh, a trap.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that'll get any adventurer. A well-placed trap here or there. We had to build some of them into the hold at Hellcrest, so I understand that. Yeah.
Try magical arrows and 3 acid pits.
Ooh, that's nasty, that is, yeah. I still do you in.
One other thing that might be of interest to Dez and to Krenraid are the corpses of the creatures that attack the party from the tree. These are large snake-like creatures. They have a crest on top of their head that is made of feathers, and about the first 1.5 feet of their body from on the side of the head and the side of the, if you want to think of the shoulders of the snake, has feathery growths on it too. But these are not snakes that fly, but they are unique on Toril to this part of the world. They are called Jaculi. And they attacked the party when they walked into the courtyard here, and there are images of Jaculi all over the shrine here because the Trickster god that this shrine was dedicated to took the form of a Jaculi. Bell did discover that when they were fighting these monsters that they bleed, so they are made of meat. They are not vegetable matter like those creatures that you fought that were trying to sacrifice the frog.
They do make tasty snacks.
Yes. So if anybody wants any creature parts for any reason.
I mean, were they venomous?
No.
Oh, okay.
That question did come up. They have teeth, but no fangs. And they don't appear to have any.
Falazure took one and rolled it up and put it in his satchel.
You took the skin of one, or
Took the whole thing.
oh, okay, took the whole snake. All right.
It sounds smart, You never. It sounds more like an eel, what you're describing to me, with like little wings for like swimming around in the water. But I guess there's no water up here, so it'll be a bit hard.
If you guys want a more comfortable sleep, I've got my hut coming here in a sec.
You what?
That sounds like a plan.
Oh, you got a tent?
And as they look over,
dome.
the tiny hut forms, and I'm rolling out the blanket.
I think this is the first time Krenraid has seen this, I believe.
I think you missed it because
Might have missed it.
I used it the first night that we came here.
Yeah, I wasn't here.
Yeah, the player may have missed it,
Yeah.
but
Krenraid knows, and that's enough.
Krenraid.
Yeah.
I was about to go into a momentous rant about how that's amazing and magic is amazing and this is the most amazing thing I've ever seen. And then I remembered, wait a minute.
Is it 10-foot radius? It's a 10-foot radius. Okay. So,
Yeah, and I pull out the 10 by 10 foot rug as well, and I lay that out to make it a little bit more comfy to lay down on.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this now, even though it's 10 by 10, 9 creatures of medium size or smaller can fit inside the dome, along with the person who creates it. So it can hold 10 people, but the exterior dimensions are only 10 by 10. So it's kind of like the TARDIS. It's
a
bigger,
10-foot radius, so it's actually 20 feet across.
Oh, 10-foot radius.
Yeah, so it's pretty big. And IG knows he can't come in, so IG just kind of stands guard outside.
I was going to ask, what's the situation of IG? That's a shame.
Poor IG. He turns into a statue, and then now he's pushed, and then now he has to stand guard outside.
It's all right.
Yeah. Yeah, they discovered when they tried to go into... Now, of course, this map is a little too small, but we'll just say there's enough ground that you can put that out there. Just trying to figure out something I could create that would be... Tell you what, James, if you find a image that you want as a token for the tiny hut, let me know, and we can add it to the game.
I think just a ring, because anything else will just cover everyone up.
Okay, all right. So maybe then what we'll do is we will
just like a circle, just
that,
yeah,
and we'll just make a black circle. Okay, all right. All right. So
the 10-foot radius be 20 feet wide?
Yeah. And it may not quite be 20 feet. 5, 10, 15. Yeah. Should probably be.
Yeah, circles are weird on a grid.
Yeah, that.
And then, of course, it can't exist across that wall, so the entirety of it has to be outside the wall.
Yeah, it is right. It's 20 feet. I think it's 10 feet up and 20 feet across.
Yeah. All right.
Nice.
All right.
So Dad can fit in there comfortable, too.
Oh, yeah. And it's... I think the classic, it's interesting in 5e, there's 2 different versions of the spell. It's exactly the same spell. And I realized that it's because of copyright. When they published the basic rule set, they wanted to give that away. But certain characters, such as Leomund, Bigby, Mordenkainen, there are actual people that created those, and when those get used in a paid product, they get royalties for it. So they couldn't just give away something called Leomund's Tiny Hut. They had to change the name of the spell to Tiny Hut, and then when they put out the player's handbook that you have to buy, then they put Leomund's Tiny Hut in there, because then they could sell that, and the person or the estate holder, whoever created Leomund, can get royalties from that. So it's kind of interesting. In 5e, you'll see a lot of spells that, like, wait a second, there's these 2 and they almost exactly the same name, they do the same thing. Why did they do that? That's why.
Yeah, I never knew that. There is a few of those spells.
Yeah.
It's good to know.
So,
Learning with Gally.
fun fact
He
about
does a series on it on YouTube. Come watch it if you're not already. Okay.
Thank you for the plug. All right. So, anybody doing anything in particular this evening? We setting up watches. What are we doing?
Yeah, I'll take the first watch. Mulek, will you join me?
Yeah, I can't leave this hut, so I can stay awake with you for a while.
That's what I mean. Just
Yep.
sit with me at the edge of the hut and we'll talk.
Yep, I'm here.
Okay.
I'll start waving her arms around, saying, I'll stay up. I'll stay up.
Falazure's like, well, there ain't enough room in here for everybody. I think I'm gonna.
Actually, there's plenty of room. We could all fit in here, man. Look, and you see Theodore lay out and roll from one side to the other.
Yeah, it fits 9
Penny.
people,
I mean, I personally,
but you can stay out if you want.
yeah, I mean, I prefer more hospitable lodgings myself. I mean, we're
Wouldn't
take my
Falazure know?
chances.
I'd say, wouldn't you know that the tiny hut would like make it very hospitable in there? Like it's like a hotel.
Well, yeah, it's like air conditioned.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's climate controlled. It keeps the weather out.
comfortable and dry.
Keeps the
Yeah, Falazure doesn't want to enjoy it. You can stay out there.
Yeah.
What happens if you put something inside of it? It's only 10 feet tall.
well. It
Yeah.
depends on what were you thinking of putting inside it that would be taller than 10 feet.
Does it have a roof? A magical roof?
Yeah,
it's
it's
a
a dome.
magical
It's a hut.
Yeah, it's a magical dome, and it can be any color the caster wants.
Oh,
But it's but from the inside it's transparent, so you can see out.
I think
It can be. Go ahead.
Falazure, he's just gonna lay down the fortress.
Why?
Oh, the Darren
Oh,
Vincent.
jeez.
Wait a one up, dude. Come on.
Yeah,
Do what?
Yeah.
so, yeah, Mulek makes this little hut, and then Falazure creates this giant fortress.
Yeah, Mulek is describing how like it's air conditioned, it's temperature controlled, it's amazing, and everyone's like, "Wow, this is fucking awesome."
Yeah, but it's not
Falazure
And
walks
he's
outside.
like,
fine.
"Watch this."
Whoosh.
What are you doing, Falazure?
Wait a moment while I whip this out.
Yeah. Do you want to give us a description of the item and what it does?
It's not. It's in my inventory, but it's not showing.
It's a
Way to
20
draw
by
attention.
20.
Oh, 20 feet high.
It's a
Well-
20 by 20, 20 feet high,
The-
right?
The fortress should be in my.
Just to clarify, we are on a plateau, correct? Like the
Yeah.
rock beneath us is
Yeah.
pretty sturdy because this has weight.
Oh, yeah. This
Why is it not posting? This is really getting on my nerves.
they did some updates to D&D Beyond and to Beyond
It
20,
is-
and something's not working right. I was having trouble with it the other night too.
Yeah,
So-
it should be in my inventory under my. It's not in my inventory. They moved it. It's like
Oh.
it's in a. They put it in my bag of. It's like in my bag of holding or something. I don't know.
Just describe it to us.
Okay, so did that post? Oh,
That's what
So-
I was linking it so people could see.
so
it.
it's not air conditioned per se, but you could technically put the dome inside my fortress.
Oh, I see your logic.
So and Eric, so he's like, "Hey, Mulek, what if you put your dome inside my fortress, and then we have an air-conditioned fortress?"
Well, I've already cast it, so I could do it again. So what is this? It's a tower?
And it's
Does this give us more protection? I mean, my dome's pretty protective.
The dome protects against magic, and it keeps anybody
Oh
from
my
coming in
gosh.
that
This thing is impressive.
yeah.
I've used it before in our travels. How y'all forget, right?
Yes,
No,
both
we've,
these-
Oh, I've never used it?
we've never seen this.
Oh my god.
This is why
Okay.
it's such a momentous thing.
Now-
This is an Oyohusa thing. My bad.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's made of adamantine. Magic prevents it being tipped over.
Where did
So
you get this thing?
so I can't post it without. I don't understand. It's being really annoying, and I
Yeah,
don't want to read it.
Krenraid put it in Roll20, so don't
Okay,
worry
great.
about it.
I don't.
It's in there.
Okay. So he basically comes over here. He's like, "Yeah, Mulek, just cast it again. I think we'll be all right." And then we probably have enough space or something somewhere, I imagine. And then
Yeah,
barely,
yeah.
30
Yes.
foot high.
yeah. And so he just comes over and he says, he puts this tiny like Rubik's cube looking thing on the ground, and he walks away from it, and he says, "What would be a cool freaking activation word?"
Hail to the king.
Hail to the king, baby.
Please,
Great
please,
plan.
please no.
What?
Hail to the king, baby.
he said-
Falazure left the building.
He says, "Long live the king," and boom, it shoots this
Top
beautiful
smart.
adamantite
Top is
tower.
smart.
Just starts like kind of like Transformer style, just like it goes all the way to the top.
Well, that looks pretty impressive, and so I'll walk out of the dome, and it goes boop.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
is there like an opening? Is it like a door?
Yeah.
Yes,
So
there
the
is
way
a
this
door.
works is, I'm the one that can open it with the phrase. You just say, well, I don't know. Let's see, knock spell, blah 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 blah. Your command. Okay. So basically, you just say, "Long live the king," and then it'll open the door and close it. So it's like that's. So he just describes to you that's what you have to do, and so he's like, I picked this thing up last time I think we were in Waterdeep, or were we in Neverwinter? I can't remember. Out of character. I'm sorry. But he says, this thing is really defensible, and it's portable. I thought it'd be good for the group, and it's plenty of room. We can be pretty comfortable in the ground floor. We can, it comes with it's got a fireplace hearth, and we can put storage stuff down in the bottom, and have a place for gathering for food, and then we can go up one flight, and there's bedding and hammocks there, and then on the top, you can set up sentry points and actually set up watch at night pretty safely.
Wow. Holy crap.
A little bit in the dome, getting yourself cozy, almost perfectly rolling into a ball, and then poof, she's on the ground, and then all you can hear is her scream, "Mulek, I swear!"
Hey, look at that! Look at that!
Look at this.
Falazure, you're ruining my view.
Do what?
Get up, get all her things. She'll stomp on over and then try and go and open the door.
That's funny. See if you can't. I bet you can cast that tiny hut in there if you want on the second floor.
Combining Tiny Hut and Darren's Fortress, I don't think I've ever seen that. I don't know why I've never seen it.
Let's see.
I've never
Now,
seen it.
the
Protection.
fortress is neither one of them are an extra dimensional space, are they?
No.
So it's not like trying to put a bag of holding inside a portable or something.
You're creating a black hole. Yeah.
Yeah, all I'm doing is creating an immobile dome that would go. As long
Yeah.
as I've got the space, I would just.
To be
But now-
climate controlled
yeah.
in the sleeping area.
And
smart.
then okay, so there's 3 places you could put the dome, and let me spell them all out for you. You could put the dome on the ground floor, which is fine because anybody that Mulek wants to allow in or out of the dome can go in or out, which means they could go in or out of the door if Falazure wants to let them leave the door of the fortress. You could put it on the middle floor, and Mulek has to stay in the hut because of the requirements of the hut. So I don't know.
Or
Yeah,
I'd
it
have to
looks like
recast it.
There's arrow slits, so you could stay in the second floor, and there are arrow slits that if you wanted to look out, you could kind of walk around inside the hut and find an arrow slit to look out.
Yeah,
Or you could cast the hut on the roof, and then you guys would have a view out over the top of this thing, and it would keep the weather off of the roof if there were any weather, or any biting insects or things of that nature, because you are in a jungle after all.
Yeah, well, there's drainage on the top, just like any other thing. So the water should just like not pool in there. It won't be like. I don't think it'll make a bath, a sauna or hot tub or something.
No. But if if it rains and you're outside on the roof, you're gonna get wet.
That's true.
Without the hut. So,
well, where Falazure's like, where do you think you ought to put it? I mean, if you're on the second floor, you can be up there, get your own privacy. You can study your spells and do all that stuff you like to do, and then we just bring you food and whatnot. I mean.
No, I'll wait till we're ready to go to sleep, and then I'll just cast it up here. And those who want to sleep in the beds up on the top can enjoy the nice climate up here.
But say it lasts for 8 hours.
Yeah, and I'm rolling up the, Belle's all mad, and I'm rolling up the rug, trying to get her off of it.
The fortress.
We'll be pawing at you, trying to make you stop touching the rug.
Falazure, if you store the rug in the fortress, it's always there, correct?
Do what now?
Like if he unrolled the 10 by 10 rug and left it in the fortress, would it always be there?
No.
Okay.
I don't know. Let me check. I think stuff gets pushed out of it.
Yeah. Empty. So this is the other.
Yeah.
It's like basically it has like a built-in hearth for a fire and all that stuff, and so it's like that kind of thing. So you can set up like you can have a small kitchen and a fire. It's basically a defensive position. It's basically like a small section of a wizard's tower or something like that. If you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I was going to say, what's cool about it, too, is it's got resistances to damage and immunity to non-magical weapons. Wow.
Yep.
I mean, not only that, like,
perfect.
It was expensive.
I bet.
Kelly didn't give it to me cheap in this campaign.
Look, I've gnawed a bit on the side of this. This is pure adamantine. Like, I don't know where the hell you got this, but this is more adamantine than I've seen in my entire life. What the hell is this?
I picked it up from a rare vendor of a collector, if you will, back in Waterdeep, if I remember correctly.
He must charge you an arm, a leg, and a left nut for this thing, Falazure.
Well, our trip to that gambling town paid off pretty good, so I figured I'd put those funds to work.
Well, don't forget my fee, but you know what? I'll accept the fact that my fee got rolled into this. This was impressive.
He just pats you on the back and he whispers, he says, I'm pretty sure you lost your fee to me while you were gambling.
Yeah, whatever.
But we'll just keep that between me and you.
Okay.
And he leans back and he smiles at everybody. He says, make yourself home.
Oh my god, it's metal. A metal bed. Yes!
Krenraid is very, very happy.
Is there a bed big enough for Dez in this thing, Falazure?
Des could throw his bedroll up there.
Des gets to sleep on the floor.
On the second floor, there's room to hang. You can hang hammocks.
Yep.
Or you can just put your bedrolls down or whatever else.
Yeah. So there's plenty of space for everybody. And with 3 floors, you can, some people can sleep up on the top, and you could even have places where people could spread out between the 3 floors if they wanted to. All right, so who's on first watch?
I guess me, Falazure, and IG are just kind of hanging out for a little bit.
Okay, the door on this is medium sized, right? So I think IG would have to stay outside. I don't think IG could fit through the door.
All right.
So he is just going to stand outside and like he normally does. All right. So I'd like for Falazure and Mulek to make perception checks for the first watch.
28.
Okay. During the first watch, there's the sound of the night insects, and there's this kind of low constant burbling that you hear, and it takes you a while to figure out, but that low burbling is actually the sound of the lava in the pool of lava way down at the bottom at the base of this spire that you're on. And then while Falazure is sort of watching around, off to the north and west, a flicker of movement catches your eye.
Like up in the air?
No, on the ground. And on the ground in the city. Let me take us to the city map so I can kind of pinpoint it for you. The direction that you see. There's a moon out tonight, and from time to time, the clouds will go across the moon, but from time to time, the clouds will go away from the moon, and you'll see the light. Approximately, let's say you catch a flicker of movement approximately right here. I will do that for you. So you see that right there, and what that movement looks like,
Seriously?
it can't be you can't be seeing what you think you see, because you think you see like the feathers of a bird, but it's the feathers of like an enormous bird, and it seems to emerge from between a couple of trees, and then it just vanishes. It doesn't walk away, it just vanishes.
Like we can tell that it just vanishes rather than like we lost sight of it.
Falazure.
Oh yeah, Falazure. Yeah.
Falure's got them eagle eyes.
Well, thank God you have the master, whatever.
Mulek are talking. I don't know. It's something I see, Mulek. It looks like a big bird.
Like a big bird?
Yeah, like bigger than axe beak. Pretty big.
Mm.
Yeah, it's like the head of this thing, if it was a bird. You caught what you thought was probably the side of the head, which had several different colors of feathers on it. So it's a kind of a colorful bird. And that head seemed to be about the height of high branches on the tree. So you don't know how tall the tree is, but tree might be 20 feet, might be 30 feet, might be taller. So it's like that's a pretty big bird.
I don't know, but I started just drawing furiously to keep it with me. I don't know what,
You just saw one of them?
Yeah, from what I can make out, it's pretty far away.
Did it look dangerous?
Well, it ain't coming this way that I know of, so, and I haven't heard back from Tony in a while.
Okay. Where did you send Tony?
I sent him this way. That way.
Okay. From the place where you guys are.
From here. We were here when I sent him off.
Oh. You sent him from the camp.
From the camp. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm sorry. Do the arrow again because I was trying to look at the pillar where you guys are staying.
So I sent him from here to here.
Oh, okay. Can you use the arrow tool, please? Because I'm...
Yeah, sure. Give me a sec. They've kind of moved things. Hold on.
I can do it. He's put him right
there.
Okay.
You go. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, so send him up that way. Okay. And you told him what instructions did you tell him?
To look for the symbols of the temple.
He did the same thing that I sent my animals. He sent Tony off to do the same thing. And so my two creatures found temples, but I guess we never heard back from he never heard back from Tony.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which would have been earlier in the day.
All right. Yeah. Because you guys then started dealing with the...
Yeah, would Tony have known that we had left? Because did I include him in the spell to communicate for that hour?
I don't think you did.
Don't think so.
Yeah, so he can only communicate within 100 feet of you.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, would he know to come back? Or can he sense where I'm at?
No.
They can't.
No.
No.
He probably would have flown back here.
He probably would have gone back to where you were and would roost there for the night.
Well, then when we get back there, I'll find him.
Okay.
That's
all right.
Now, I don't know if there's a limitation on you blinking him out. You could probably blink him out from wherever. I don't know if there's a distance for that. And then you could blink him right back and talk to him.
Familiar, right?
Yeah, familiar.
I don't think there is. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, if there wasn't a range, I could just go poof, poof, and bring him back right on my horn.
I guess the question is, do you need to be able to talk to it to dismiss it, or is it something that you can just do without communicating with it? Because there is no distance for dismissing it stated, but communication is in 100 feet, so I don't know.
That is a good question, yeah.
I guess it's up to GM interpretation, I would say.
Yeah.
As an action, you can temporarily dismiss the familiar to a pocket dimension. It doesn't say how close you have to be to it.
And it doesn't say it needs to hear it either, but I guess it depends on whether the GM thinks it should need to, because it may not necessarily know. Or maybe it doesn't need to know. It's kind of one of those things. It's up in the air.
Okay.
Isn't it? I always thought it was like it was kind of acted like your familiar can kind of like feel your intentions and things like that. In a way, I don't know.
You speak to it telepathically, so it knows what you're thinking.
Yeah, you kind of command it when you're within 100 feet. You can give it commands to do certain things. But normally, when I've sent my owl out, I usually give it go out and come back. Is usually how I've communicated to it.
But okay, You know what I am going to say? I am going to say that dismissing the familiar forever, which is an option you can do, that's something you can do regardless. But anything otherwise that you want to do with your familiar constitutes communication. And since they specify that communication is within 100 feet, then I'm going to say that to dismiss it to that pocket dimension, it has to be within 100 feet of you.
That's fair.
Okay. Otherwise, of course, it automatically gets shunted to that if it gets attacked by something and drops to 0 hit points.
Yes.
Then you just resummon it again from whence you summon it.
Yeah, that's fair.
No.
Unless it ran into trouble,
Yeah.
I wouldn't know.
Right. So you reach out with your mind. You can sense that Tony's out there. You can sense that he's not in the pocket dimension, so you know he must not have been attacked and killed.
Gotcha.
But he's not within 100 feet. So you figure, okay, he's got to be over there towards that place. You would have probably given him instructions to come back there.
Yeah, to where we were camping.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. And then you would know if something happened to him, which at that case, if it did, you could then bring him back from that pocket dimension to wherever you are. So, all right. We'll just do it that way.
Fine with me.
All right. So, the no report from Tony. And that's what happens on the first watch. Who's on second watch?
Belle will be.
Okay. Anybody on second watch with Belle?
I'll be on second watch.
Okay.
Belle gets her giant tray on watch with her? Ah,
Mm-hmm.
I'm crawling up
Okay.
on your shoulders and resting on your head. Just be prepared.
Okay.
It's a vantage
Well, all
point,
right,
one could
then.
argue.
See? Exactly.
Okay.
Perception.
So, yeah, go ahead and make a perception check.
Dang. Bill's trying to compete with me.
Damn straight.
Plus 10 your wisdom.
Wow.
Jesus.
Both of them.
These two see everything.
Apparently.
We are.
He's
the
looking in
animals
one
of
direction and
forest.
he's looking in the other.
Okay.
We are the forest.
All right.
We are
Well,
the trees.
Des is the calm, Belle is the chaos.
Right.
you guys
Dang.
notice two different things. All right. So, Belle, as a bard, you have sort of this instinctive ear for musical rhythm. And during the second watch, you hear drifting over the air from the north, almost due north, but kind of like off this way. Whoops. Let me recenter us on where you guys are so that you guys can see when I do the arrow. From this direction, you hear the faint sound of drums. These
Oh.
are drums like some kind of a tribal dance or ritual or something like that. And they seem to kind of echo, echo eerily through the buildings and the trees and everything. And Des, while she is transfixed with that, you hear a different noise from this direction. Well, oops, I'm sorry. From this direction over here, you hear the sound of a loud roar. And you hear something of a crash. And Belle, that roar reaches your ears too. And then in response to that roar, the drums that you hear immediately fall silent.
Question. Because Belle is a bard, the base of the drums and the pattern it was going in, would she be able to remember that easily?
Would she remember the pattern of the drums? Yeah.
Yes.
She would be able to remember the pattern of the drums. And make me a history check.
No. No.
Okay. There's something that's somewhat familiar about it, but you can't place it. However, you're confident you know the rhythms of it, so you could maybe
Play
in the
it
morning
back.
you could play it back for Falazure and see if if anybody else recognizes that sort of pattern.
Kind of like thud Des on the head and say, "Did you hear that roar? Do those ears work? I know those eyes do. Have you smoked too much tonight?"
What do you want me to do?
I don't know. What is it? You're tall.
Just because you're sitting on my head, you're taller than I am.
Well, you do have a point. But there was music. So it was your job to pay attention to the big rory thingy. That's going to be our snack later on.
This is going to be our snack later on.
Well, duh.
Okay.
I will kind of try and stand up on Diz's shoulder and kind of make googly eyes. Like, you know, whenever you flip your hands upside down in like circles, like with the glasses?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Okay. And she'll kind of try and take a closer look in the direction that big, huge roar came from.
Do I,
Yeah.
Still can't see nothing.
recognize the sound of that roar?
Make me a survival check. $22, that's pretty good. You recognize the quality of it, but you're confident you have never heard that specific roar before. It is the roar of an enormous creature. An enormous
Obviously.
creature that is probably angry. But you are confident you have never heard that kind of creature roar before. You would say that it's not exactly the roar of a bear, not exactly the roar of a like a lion, not exactly the roar of a like some other kind of large predator, but it's something else, and it's probably bigger than any of those.
Mm-hmm. Is it anything I need to worry about tonight?
Well, if it were closer, you'd probably worry about it, but just, that roar, I mean, if it got any closer, that might be a cause for concern. But as it is, you guys are on a pinnacle of land surrounded by lava 200 feet below. So it's unlikely that anything, unless it could fly, would be able to get to you. And even if it could, even if it could, you've got the fortress and the dome there. So.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, I kind of halfway look up at him and go, or at Belle and go, it is nothing for us to worry about tonight. I don't think it will fly, so we shall be fine and safe here. But it may be something we will want to pay attention to tomorrow.
Something to put on my moose kebab.
Your what?
My moose kebab. You've never heard of that? It's like a kebab that you make for a certain area containing all its animals and fruits and veggies. Uncultured ones.
Omu kebab. I see. All right.
Okay. Whatever you say, Belle.
So, third watch. Are Falazure and Krenraid going to take a watch?
Yep, his pal Krenraid.
Yeah, you'll have to wake Krenraid up because he's sleeping in luxury right now. Sleeping on an adamantine floor is like something he always dreamed about but never really accomplished, so he's in pure luxury.
Falazure goes up.
Excuse me. In the transition, Belle will go over to Falazure. I want to say Oyo. Then lay on the bottom of his bed and tap his head like the drums. And he's like, oh, just an update. There's some drums going like this. And then she'll play the rhythm. And keep playing the rhythm. And then there was a big, huge roar that kind of stopped it. You need to talk to the big old Beast Watch. He knows more about it than I do. But the drums, what's the pattern? I know the pattern. I'm not delusional. I know I'm not. But it's like this.
Make a performance check, though.
Delusional.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay. You faithfully reproduce that. And so Falazure, as you come awake, there's definitely a very rhythmic pattern to it. And I'll ask you, Falazure, to go ahead and make a history check, see if that pattern is familiar to you.
I guidance myself.
Okay.
You know he's on Sloopy's side because he just woke up.
Yeah, next time I know I should give myself history as a lore bard. Oh,
between 1 and 14. You feel like you should know it, but it's just out of your grasp because you start thinking about all of the songs that you know and the places that you have performed and the other musicians that you have performed with, the people that do drums, and you think of the popular reels and the popular dances and stuff, and it doesn't quite come to mind, but you feel like it's just out of your grasp of what it probably
just
should
on the
be.
tip of my tongue.
Yes.
Oh my God.
All right.
Falazure kind of just opens his eye and is looks at her. He says, it seems familiar, but I can't place it.
Oh, okay. Well, you're very helpful. Now get out of my spot. You were just keeping it warm. Belle will kind of go over to his head and stick her feet underneath him and try and push him out.
He just kind of Yeah, big yawn and gets up and goes over and like gently kicks Krenraid.
Oh my god! Okay, I was having the craziest dream. Do you remember those hags? Right, I thought they were back for a second there, but instead of dwarves, they were like those flying lizard things. Oh my god!
That sounds pretty scary. You ready to go up and it's our watch?
Okay, yeah. Right behind you. Hold on, let me just get dressed.
Falazure kind of like brings his guitar with him and gets like a thermos of coffee from downstairs and meets Krenraid up top.
Okay.
Yeah, his fishing clothes will probably clang along the metal a bit, but yeah, he'll make his way up there, no problem.
Okay. As you get up to the top of the tower, the moon has kind of traveled over towards the western part of the sky, and you can tell it's not going to be too long before the moon sets. And Falazure, you look up, and the constellations here are a little bit different than they are in Waterdeep. You see some of the familiar ones, but they're in a slightly different part of the sky because you're much farther south than you would normally be if you were in Waterdeep. And the sounds of the night are out all around you. Both of you, if you would like to, can make me a perception check.
As we're looking over this very bleak, desolate expanse, I will say that was one of the nicest night's sleep I've ever had. I don't know where you got that thing from, but it's always been a dream of mine to sleep with adamantine. It's such a beautiful metal.
Well, just so you know, I was thinking about you a little bit when I purchased it. I figured you'd like it.
Oh, I don't just like it, mate. I love it. You did good. It'll slap you on the back.
Well, if anything ever happens to me, I want you to have it.
Okay, well, if anything ever happens to you, I'm burying you in it.
He just kind of looks at Krenraid like, okay. And he just kind of like takes a sip of his coffee and
can you imagine
kind of strums the guitar a little bit while he's listening.
Can you imagine a better coffin?
All right, Ken, are you going to have Falazure roll perception or not?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me
let me.
Yeah, sure. Just let me wait. Choice. Make everybody wait. It's cool.
No, I distracted him, so very nice.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, whoops. Looks like you're rolling for Oyo. Do you have Falazure's character sheet open?
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
That's why
Sorry,
I don't
everybody.
have the fortress where it's supposed to be.
Oh, derpity derpity derp. Well, that's embarrassing, everybody.
Not that much. It's all right. That's beyond being confusing.
No, I don't want to be in Roll20. I want to be in D&D Beyond. With the right damn character this time.
Let me guess. The fortress is actually Falazure's.
Yeah.
Whoops. Or Oyo's. Sorry.
Hey,
Roll call.
It's in both of their kits. He went over there to go find the damn thing.
And we're doing a perception, right? Okay.
Yes, sir. 23, that's pretty good. And go ahead, because I was noticing that the history roll was Oyo. Go ahead and roll a history for Falazure,
Okay.
because he may have a better bonus than...
Oh, yeah? How about +1 to what I rolled?
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Well.
All right, so 14. Or 15 modified with the thing instead of a 14. All right. So, with a 23 perception, however, you do notice some movement. Now, the moon is much lower in the sky to the west, so the movement that you see is kind of backlit by the moon, and it is in that general direction. Actually, it's much closer to where you guys set up your base and were initially. You see the shape of something, a silhouette. It is a very tall, sort of bipedal creature that looks kind of like a bipedal lizard, but it's a lizard that's, you would have to say, stands, or the top of its head is probably 25 or 30 feet from the ground. And it's got a very thick tail behind it. And the thing that you notice about it is that it appears to step out from shadow, and then it just vanishes, and it reappears about 60 feet further ahead, almost instantaneously.
And can you ping where it was, that where I saw it?
Yeah, you saw it. You saw it come out from shadow about here, and then it disappeared, and it reappeared here, and then went right back into shadow.
Now, when you say it went back into shadow, is it moving amongst the trees? Is that what it looks like?
Yeah.
Okay.
Except it looked like it was walking out into a clearing, and then it seemed to vanish from one side of the clearing and reappear on the other side of the clearing and go into the trees.
And it's tall?
It's tall.
And bipedal, you mean like two, right?
Yeah,
Two
walking
legs?
on its hind legs.
Does it look like it has a tail or anything?
Yeah, very large, thick tail.
Chilla.
Oh.
And I can't make out any colors, right? It's just shadows.
Right, because the moon, which is your primary light, is in the sky beyond it. So basically, you're seeing the dark side of it. The opposite side of the creature from you is lit by the moonlight. So you're not able to see any colors. You just see sort of the outline, silhouette, and movement of it.
Falazure kind of like stops strumming his guitar gently, puts it down, and he says, Hey, Krenraid, check this out. And he slowly points over in that direction. Tell me if you see anything.
Okay. Make another perception check with advantage this time, Krenraid.
Guidance.
Okay.
Ah, nice, yeah.
Kind of just touch him on the shoulder, kind of like
Extending a hand out in the direction. To
Infusing with holy energy kind of thing.
Yeah, but more like kind of like a buddy embrace, kind of like around the top part of the shoulder, just kind of like imbuing you a little bit.
15 and 1, 16.
That's good help. That's good help. Sorry, I couldn't use it.
You squint, and after a couple of minutes, you think you see something. It might be trees moving in the breeze, but you think you see something moving over there, but you can't make out any distinct shapes.
Can I make out if it's big or small?
It's you think it might be movement of trees because it's like the size of a tree.
Falazure's kind of talking to you while you're looking. He's like, that son of a bitch, whatever it is tall as a tree.
I can see trees.
It's walking on 2 legs. It's got a big, thick tail. I can't make out anything else, but that son of a bitch is big.
Are you joshing with me?
I'm not kidding you. I think that's one of those. Can I make a roll to see if maybe I've heard like sailors or something talk about it? Maybe from like okay. Let me. I'm gonna guidance myself.
Yeah. Yeah. 25. Yeah, you've heard stories, from the docks ports and even at the Yawning Tavern in Waterdeep. You've heard tales from ship captains and sailors that have been back and forth to Chult, and they swear up and down, and a lot of people just tell them they're crazy and they've had too much to drink, but they swear that there are enormous lizard-like creatures here that the locals call dinosaurs, and that some of them have 4 legs and are as tall as a castle with really long necks and eat the leaves of the top of the trees. And then there's one type that they talk about that is the size of like 3 horses, but walks on 2 legs. And it has an enormous mouth that is just full of sharp teeth. And it's supposed to be able to run very fast, and it eats meat.
It has little bitty tiny short arms.
Can you
they talk about the big. They just talk about the impressive features.
Can you make it out?
I'm not going to lie about it. I can't see anything. I think it's because I'm still kind of drowsy, but
did these tradesmen / sailors or whatever give it a name at all, or just descriptions?
Some of them said it was King Lizard. Some of them said that some of the people here called it a Trex, and some of them just called it a Erects or a Tyrex. But you've heard several different names, but they were all talking about the same thing. You're not really sure what the actual name of it is.
I'm not sure what it's called. I've heard it by different names. Rumors, whispers, legendary stuff from sailors and tradesmen that are here from Chult that I've talked to in faraway taverns. And this thing walks on 2 legs. It's about the size of 3 horses, and it has a big mouth with really sharp teeth, and it eats meat. And I tell you, that thing's down there stalking and hunting. I'm glad we're not down there and we're up here, because that thing is as big as a tree.
I mean, I'm meat. You're meat. I'm very glad we're in here. Like that, from your description, it must have massive teeth.
It's over where we were spending earlier in the day, where we burned all those bodies.
Oh my God! You reckon it smelt it? And it's like tracking prey or something.
I'm not sure. I don't know, but
this is exciting! I can't wait to see it. Should we head over?
Belle would have a fit. I think that's what she was talking about. She told me that she heard this massive roar. I bet that's. I don't know for sure. I can't say, but maybe it came from that thing.
It roars, is the size of 3 horses, and they'll start making the little symbols of his hands. Okay, that's pretty big. Yeah, and it's got a massive head.
Hey, are you thinking what I'm thinking?
No. Okay. Definitely not. I'm thinking about food.
Let's ride that sucker.
But what are you thinking of? Because your brain is just as good as mine, but maybe better in certain ways.
What if we teleported in front of it just to get a better look?
Oh! Oh, but what if it's like a dog, right? And like, what if it could, like makes our scent known to it, and it could smell? You know, if it's got like a really big head, right? Maybe it's got like a really big nose. That's a great idea. We should definitely do that because that'd be fun. But maybe we should. I don't know. What do hunters do when they track deer? I've never really been very good at that.
I mean, I don't think we should do it, but it's just a crazy thought.
I mean, I vote yes. That would be funny. Also,
out of character, would Falazure be able to get a full night's rest if he pulls his shenanigans?
Would he? Probably. Well, you're on 3rd watch,
right?
You're on the last watch, so yeah, I'm guessing that.
Oh, I already had it.
6 out of the 8 hours, you would have a full night's rest. So yes, you would be using 1, probably 2 of the Helm of Teleportation charges for the day.
That's not great.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
It sounds hella fun, but I don't think we ought to do it. It'd be reckless. I mean, you. I think that's right. That's right up our alley. That's our style. But if the others found out, like, we'd never hear the end of it, Krenraid.
I mean, you're probably right. And if we were missing, like, when they woke up or something, they might, get upset. And that would make me upset because they'd be upset. So, you're right. You are correct. But it would be fun. But, you said it's like, it probably smelled all the burning bodies, right? You said it eats meat. So it makes sense. They went after a pile of corpses. It's probably not too much to stretch that we'll see it again. I get the feeling that, there's probably not that much meat in this desolate place. Like what we see plant people and snakes. From your description, it must eat a hell of a lot.
Well, I didn't even tell you about all the other kind of dinosaurs that the locals say. That's what they call them.
What?
But there are big dinosaurs that walk on 4 legs, all different kinds of sizes, and they eat plants, I think, is what somebody told me.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, so like when you say dinosaurs, do you mean like made out of horses like the other one is, or do you mean like something else?
No, Krenraid, the other one's not made out of horses. It's like as big as 3 horses put together.
Oh, right. So I was imagining some giant, like 3 horses, like with a giant head.
Yeah, that would be terrifying.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking. Yeah, and some of the ones that walk on 4 legs, they told me they're massive. They're bigger. They're bigger than that thing down there, I think. But they don't eat meat, from what I heard. I don't know any names. One sailor told me that he saw one that was a dinosaur had 3 horns on the front of its like face, like pointing out like a lances.
Oh,
yeah,
that's terrifying.
I mean, I don't know. That's pretty cool if you ask me.
Well, yeah, that's true too. Also, it would look really cool on the front of your fortress.
I mean, it'd be cool to ride one of those as a mount.
Oh, I mean, yeah, because it's got 3 lances. Yeah.
Yes, I mean, it's not as cool as a dragon. I mean, come on. I mean, Falagos is still my boy, but you know what I'm just saying. That's what me and Krenraid keep talking. We just have this like silly conversation and just having a good time. And
there is one thing I'd like to add, which is so you said they're not made out of horses, and what are they like then? What creature are they?
Like in character or out of character?
In character.
So he says, well, I don't really know. They're kind of like lizards.
Oh, so they are like dragons, because dragons are like lizards, right?
I mean, yes and no, but I don't think they don't have wings. Maybe they're like really old dragons that don't have wings, sort of. Maybe, I don't know, maybe they're cousins or something. Like some kind of animal family kingdom kind of thing.
From your description, it kind of sounds like if I was starting a dragon-based guild like you are, or the band of brothers or whatever, kind of. What are you even doing with that, by the way?
Well, I mean, it's. I mean, we're kind of it right now. Krenraid, we've been really fucking busy. I haven't had time to, work on the order, if you will. I don't even know what position I'm going to give you. I haven't got all that. I just kind of like got the thought of it, and I kind of like worked it over with Velagos a little bit, and it's kind of a work in progress, if you know what I mean.
I think it's a beautiful thing. Starting your own kind of organization, your own party of people, and obviously I'm happy to be included. What I will say, though, is if they are like land dragons and you've got air dragons, surely having both is better than having neither, right? So if they're both lizards, then technically they're still dragons, right?
True. Oh, what if I had one of those down there as a mount?
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. Because you're still riding a lizard.
True.
And then we can stay up all night talking about the semantics of a lizard and a dragon.
And as that conversation continues, the moon sets, and eventually off in the east, there's the pre-dawn glow on the horizon, and the sun rises, and it is a new day here in Omu. All right, so everybody has gained the benefit of a long rest, and so after comparing notes, it's like Dez and Thaldor and Falazure, all of you kind of think that maybe you witnessed either the same creature or the same type of creature during the night at different times. And you have your first puzzle cube. You have spent your second full day in. You arrived in Omu, spent the night at the guardhouse, started the day over at the place where you found Orvex, finished that day here. So now it is the start of your second full day in Omu, your third day overall here in Jolt. So what would you like to do?
Well, Falazure tells everybody what he saw last night and what they were talking about.
Yeah, and comparing notes,
over breakfast.
Comparing notes, you realize that Thaldor and Dez very much saw the same thing. You two can throw in any additional details you want to.
Yeah, Des, you see that thing with the shiny feathers? I take the picture and lay on the table.
Meh?
Did you see something like this on your what?
We didn't really see anything. We heard drums and we heard a very loud roar.
Drums.
Ask Belle. She's got the rhythm down.
Belle, give me the rhythm so I don't forget it.
Trying to sleep in here. She'll kind of groan and she'll get up and then she'll do the rhythm again.
Okay.
It is performance
check. Yeah.
Yeah, and she is giving herself guidance on this.
Okay.
Eesh.
15. Pretty good. Okay. Falazure, you can tell that she's a little sleepy because that's not exactly the same rhythm she gave you last night, but it's close. Anybody that wants to can make a history check. I'm going to say that with that rendition, yeah, it's just going to be a flat history check for everybody.
20.
Whoop. I wasn't supposed to have advantage. There we go.
Yeah, Mulek and Thaldor both with a 19 and a 20. You obviously don't recognize the exact source, but that very much sounds like the kind of rhythms you would expect from a group of probably tribal humanoids. Now, Des, your Furbolg folk, they probably do more chanting.
Mm-hmm.
And they probably have more like gentle sounds that reflect.
We're
sort
not
of
so
the-
couth and, barbaric.
Yeah. But, it's like, well, there might be a tribe of primitive people around. Primitive humans. If this city's been abandoned, some people may have moved into it. Or the sound of that might be drifting from beyond the city and just, kind of echoing through. It's to tell, you're in an abandoned city at night. You don't know how sound carries around here, especially with all the stone ruins and everything about.
Okay. Oh,
So-
big guy gets up and stretches.
So you had from the day before, from Mulek's bag of tricks, you knew that there was a potential shrine over in this area here to the west of where you had made your initial camp, and also to this area here, which is between where you are and where you made your initial camp. You then also during the night had a sighting of a creature about here, a disturbance somewhere over here, and then another kind of potential sighting of movement kind of over this way.
I tell the group, well, since our friend is dead here, we might need to make our way back towards where we had our other camp, because I won't be able to read this writing without anything he had on him.
Yeah.
That might be wise. You want to meet up with your friend as well, right? So we can kill two birds with one stone. I mean, sorry, not kill. We can find two birds with one stone. Yeah, that's correct.
Exactly. So we might want to get back to the other camp sometime today. And also check in to see if we know where all these other temples are.
So has anyone actually looked at that cube? Because I don't want to toot my own horn or anything, but I don't know anything about that. So if anyone else does.
So
Yeah, this is what they
I
found.
put it
It's-
on the table.
Yeah, it's a cube about 3 inches in diameter, and all 6 faces have that carving on it. Go ahead, Heather.
So Des, while you guys are talking about the guy that died, he's been kind of thinking overnight And he goes, well, you do know that I could reincarnate him.
But his soul is gone, Des. It's trapped in the soul engine.
It retains the capabilities it has in its original form, except exchanges its original race for a new one.
No, it wouldn't work. Des would know this. Doesn't work because of the properties of the death curse.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yes.
He doesn't have a soul.
So there's no soul to go back to a body.
Okay.
Period.
Good idea. There's no soul.
Is there a time limit to that? How that works? I don't understand that. That's some real funky finger waggling.
Well,
they can't be dead for longer than 10 days.
Oh, that might be hard.
And they're not going to come back in their original form.
I think let him. Well, okay, I guess this is going to sound really mean, but hopefully he's fighting the hell out of that soul engine, and we have enough time to save him. But I don't even know where the hell the thing is, so I'm not even going to make that statement. Really, it's kind of one of those things right now. When we're all fighting the precipice of death. You know, the standard means by which we may avoid it are no longer ours to have, and you know that is sufficiently. Not terrifying, not to me, but I can see why it would be.
Well, inside of all of us, we have one death free card. After that, no, we don't.
Yeah.
Our buddy here wasn't fortunate to have that option.
No, we can't share our worms with him, unfortunately, so I don't think so.
That shudders.
What kind of stone is this carved into? This,
it's a little 3-inch cube of, we'll say, granite.
Cool. Just checking that's not some different stone than the environment we're in, because I know we carved somewhere else. Or yeah, cool.
No, most of the it looks like it's made from similar stone that the walls and building here were made of. All right, so while you all decide exactly which place you'd like to go to, we're at the bottom of the hour, so let's go ahead and take our break. We'll take about 10 minutes. I'm going to go refresh my drink. I will let you guys, I'll put the music up and let you guys discuss what it is you might want to do. Remember, you can chat here or you can move to the off-stream chat and discuss. Viewers, thank you so much for joining us this evening. We will be back in a few minutes for the second part of our session as they decide which of the shrines to go to next, or if they want to throw a curveball to the DM and do something different entirely. All right. Here comes your music, and I will be muting.
How you been, Paul?
Yeah, I've been all right, thank you. I've been a bit ill recently, unfortunately, but I'm doing better now, which is nice.
I'm glad to hear. I've missed you the past couple of weeks.
Yeah, you guys too, honestly. It's been a real...
Yeah, likewise.
Real hectic.
I completely forgot about last week. I was in the middle.
It's okay. You've been going through hell. We understand.
Well, I was out
Literally.
in the garage sweating myself down into a puddle as we were trying to clean the garage. So we could just start to get my house all kind of organized, and then we brought in a ton more shit. And now we're trying to find where to put that. We're running out of places.
You know, I realized the hard way after I had my house fired is how much stuff me and my wife accumulated over 3 years, no more. Over like just 5 or 6 years.
Oh,
all the
honey, this
stuff
is
we got.
21 years worth of shit.
Exactly. Yeah, I was about to say, I'm looking at you like I'm only imagining. Right.
Well, and I mean, we had a huge, unload of stuff about 6 years ago when we had water damage in our house. So we lightened the load then. But, we had this huge, massive garage and, a 4-bedroom house with a full basement and...
Oh, God, you had stuff coming out the woodwork.
Yeah, well, and then we went into a 2-bedroom house with an extended living room. The basement needs to be finished so we can have my husband's studio downstairs, and we've got a 2-car garage and a bitch barn out the back side, but it's a shed. Sorry, that's what I call it, is the bitch barn, because it's got all my crap in it.
I would say that's a she shed.
Just depends on what side of the creek you come from.
That's true.
But yeah, so I mean, towards the end of the day with the cleaning out of the garage, it was literally, okay, gardening stuff, check. Decorations for the yard, check. Open up the shed door, pitch. I mean, we just got to the point where we're just tossing it in. It's like, well, we'll have to just dig it out later. God. And then by the time I got inside, I was like, oh, hot and tired. And all of a sudden I looked at the clock and was sitting there thinking about something. And all of a sudden I went, oh, shit. Completely forgot.
We've all been there. When there's a storm and you're doing all sorts of different things, yeah, sometimes you just lose track of time.
Anyway, so what do we want to do with this, guys?
Well, I think we're still on break, so we've got a bit of time to just chill for a bit. I will ask you, though, Michael, how are things going with you with the new job and everything?
The new job is doing well. Friday is payday. I mean, I can't complain. You get a few people every once in a while that's got to stick up their ass. But other than that, it's not too bad. We're still in training for another 4 weeks. I get done with training on July 9th. So it's not too bad. Hopefully it goes up. Still looking into options of things to do with my last job, and I have to go see a new spinal doctor in the next couple weeks.
Okay.
Are you okay, or is it just checkup, or what?
It's my last one was through a private. How can I put it? They were a private sports orthopedic doctor, and now I'm actually going to I wouldn't call it public, but they're like a hospital orthopedic in a way. They're not a specialty in sports and what I call the private doctors. So I'm going to Vanderbilt Spine and talking with their orthopedic as a second opinion for surgery and stuff like that, because it was ridiculous.
You've gone through a lot recently, mate. So the fact that you've stabilized and are still able to keep a chipper attitude, especially with a new job you're not used to and everything else like that, I just wanted to say, well done, because that is not easy.
I couldn't sit around and do nothing. I couldn't, I felt so useless doing nothing. I didn't want to feel that way, because I knew disability wasn't going to pay the bills, forever. So I was like, no, I gotta go back to work. I gotta find something to help take care of the family. I couldn't do it. So, and working makes me feel useful. So I was like, okay, at least I'm up, I'm doing something. still trying to get around. It'll get better. If I can get surgery, get my back fixed and stuff, I should be getting better.
I just want to say
That's
respect because we've all been through those hard times, but coming out of that with that kind of attitude, I think takes a great deal of inner strength. So all I wanted to say was just give yourself a pat on the fucking back, because that's not something we're all able to do very easily. I know for myself, it's definitely true. But
You're amazing.
Well done.
Yeah.
Thanks. You know how hard it's been not to get a pack of cigarettes. I haven't had a cigarette in 7 months.
For you.
I do. It killed my father, so I saw him giving that up in the last years of his life, and that was definitely one of the hardest things I've ever seen him do. So
yeah, it was rough. It was. I mean, when you're laying there on the table and the doctor's pulling blood clots out of your lungs, I mean, what else? Yeah, no, I'm good.
Yeah, enough is enough. See you later, boy. When
you almost die versus no. Nicotine's not worth my life.
No, it's not. Absolutely isn't. You gotta find something else. You gotta find that replacement. I don't know what that will be for you.
I'm alright for now. I just, I don't even hardly drink caffeine anymore.
Oh, I'm just looking at caffeine or alcohol, so I'm talking like human beings are very weird. We like routine, we like certain things, right? And I'm sure you've already heard this a million fucking times, but I know that one of the things that definitely helped my dad was that he found some other tick, something else to tick that box. It wasn't alcohol or anything. It was like making squash. Which was a bit weird now that I think about it, but whatever you personally find. Yeah, so he was making juice concentrate essentially, like from his own. So he'd make mango juice or something and then make it to concentrate. It was something to do with that. That was his personal thing. I won't understand why, but that helped. But again, everyone is different, and you've already heard this a million fucking times. So. Good luck on your journey. It's one of the hardest things I've ever seen. Addiction is a real fucker, excuse my French.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason they call it addictive, because it is a habit that is easy to form and hard to break. So good on you for kicking it, and good luck in keeping it at bay. Like Paul said, if you find something else, hopefully something more healthy to fill that void, and that's always good.
Well, thanks everybody for the words of encouragement. I do appreciate it. It helps.
It's just the truth, man.
And do it.
It's hard to accept that kind of praise. I personally, I fucking suck at that. So I respect, the fact that it's hard to acknowledge, but it's just the truth of the matter, dude.
It'll all get better. Like I said, if things go the way they need to, hopefully by the end of the year I'll be walking on my own with no assistance and getting up and down. Just things will work out.
Oh, I hope so, because when I come to visit America, which hopefully I will at some point soon. I want to, so we'll see. I'm going to need a tour, so get your ass on the ground.
Have to make a trip to Omaha too.
Yeah, we'll have to get several cities so that we
can spoil your rotten.
I'll need a list. Yeah, absolutely. I want to go to tailgates. There's all sorts of things I want to do.
Oh, right. Well, welcome back from break, everybody. Viewers, thank you for sticking with us. Players. It is daytime in Omu. You have heard the reports about the various different, observations during the night, and then the various locations that people have talked about going. Does anybody have a suggestion of where we shall go?
I think we should make a quick pit stop back to our old camp and then go to one of these other temples. And when I mean quick, I mean maybe no more than an hour and then get back to where we need to go.
Agreed.
Okay.
We can make it like a very quick pit stop, and then maybe we could even find some of the locals on the way. You said you heard drumming, right? So maybe there's people, and maybe they'll know what these stones do. Because I get the feeling, where there's one stone, there'll be a second and a third and a fourth.
Here in Omu, if Falazure wants to go back to that plaza where you guys were before, where you met Orvex, that's he doesn't have to roll for that. He's spent a few hours there, is familiar enough with that place that he could get right back there. And it's a short enough distance that it just doesn't seem like there would be any reason to make you roll for teleporting there.
So yeah, Falazure, you walk out of the fortress. What's your keyword to make it shrink?
Ken, are you back with us? Yep, he may not be back. All right, well, we'll double check with him when he gets back. So, in the meantime, presume that the Helm of Teleportation is available. We have one suggestion to go to that plaza where you were the day before. Any other ideas, or does that sound like a good place to start for everyone?
I feel that's a good place to start.
Start there and let it guide us.
I do want to mention that the last time Falazure saw that, giant, no, it wasn't a horse, giant lizard. Yeah, last time he saw the giant lizard was around that area, and we did burn all those corpses around there. He also said ate meat, so it would make some sense if it was. It may not be there anymore. I'm just saying, when we do go over there, we may want to go over there with a sense of trepidation, which is a word Mulek taught me, and it means you got to be really, really careful.
I'm amazed you're catching on, Master Dwarf.
Thank you. To be a good wizard, you got to use all these really weird words that don't really sound like they mean anything. But as a master wizard myself, I need to learn the words.
I wouldn't call you a master wizard yet.
But I could do spells.
That doesn't make you a master wizard. You're a master craftsman. That I can give you. Your work is phenomenal. But you're not yet a master wizard. Apprentice, maybe, but not yet a master.
Wait, so not every finger waggler isn't like a major master wizard?
No. There's many different levels. Trust me. Like the guy that's the scribe, the dead one, he could do some finger waggling to make him a master wizard. Like, I look over at Mulek. Mulek, what do you see yourself as? Amateur? Inept? What?
Oh, what wizard do you see yourself as, James? What level? Like master initiate?
Sorry, what are we doing?
We and Cray were having a conversation because he kept calling himself a master wizard, and I said, no. Master craftsman, maybe, but not a master wizard.
Krenraid's never heard of any other rank other than Master Wizard because it's the one people talk about all the time. So he doesn't know that there's any others because the finger waggling confuses him. So Michael's trying to have your character reinforce what actually happens in a ranked-based magic society.
Well, there's some that know strong magic and some that don't know as strong magic. I look at myself as sort of an apprentice. I do not know the strong magic like Mordenkainen and his friends.
Now, Mordenkainen would be like a master wizard.
But he's not that strong, though. He's all string bean.
He only needs to wiggle his finger, remember?
And maybe say a word or two. Yeah.
He must know many words.
Yeah. He's a man of many words, some which get on my nerves, but yeah. I think Dez has more experience in morning gaming than all of us. But
That's
yeah,
true, yeah.
Yeah.
Dez is a pretty good
he's a
finger
bit of a-
waggler too.
He's a bit of a chatter, that one.
So that's I've learned a lot today. You know, I've only just woken up and I've learned that Mulek isn't a master wizard and I'm not a master wizard. But I'm strong, so that kind of helps. But not strong with words, not yet.
But you're a master of your own race and class, Krenraid. You are a master craftsman, and nobody can take that away from you.
I've been called that, but I don't know what it means.
It means you are the best at what you do. You look at the scepter we made for, in a rough
Felgalos.
Felgalos. Look at the staff that we made for Felgalos and all of your craftsmanship that went into that. Look at Falazure's armor. You helped design that. You are a master craftsman of your trade that no one can take from you.
And as this conversation happens, the world shifts around you, and you suddenly find yourself back in the plaza over here, where you were, and I'll just say, Falazure, takes into account the movement that he saw. And he remembers there's like a little overhang near a building. So he brings you in kind of a little alley where you're going to be obscured from view from most directions. And you all pop in there. And you then look out across the plaza, and it doesn't look like anything has much changed. Obviously you had dealt with the corpses, you burned those, so the pack of wild dogs is gone that was here the day before. No sign of them. And you remember where you found Orvex, and you go over, and indeed there's some belongings, a backpack, and it's got a bunch of mundane supplies. And in that backpack, there is a compartment where he has all of those tiny little pouches that have the little keepsakes from his fallen comrades and their names on scraps of paper, along with little locks of hair or things like that, that he thought he might take back to Thay with him once this was all over. But obviously he's not going to get that chance. And in the main compartment of the backpack, Falazure, you do find quite a few journals. And
nice.
You find you find two large books. And these are, one of them is a book that you might think of it with a wooden cover on both sides, and then the pages all stitched together on a spine. And the other one is a book that is a series of scrolls that's tied together. And both of these have a set of translation from the uniform script that makes up Old Omuan. You recognize some of the forms of the squiggles and things like that as things that were similar, that were on that pedestal. But those are then related. One of them is related squiggles to individual letters, and another one shows some individual squiggles which look almost like hieroglyphs, or a group of squiggles together that are related to words in common.
Gotcha.
So it seems like this Omuan is a mixture of characters that stand for individual letters and hieroglyphs that might stand for words or concepts.
There you go, Krenraid, right now. I had to find his Rosetta Stone so I could decipher the language for the next temple we go to. Because
that's what that's for. I thought it was just a nice stone, like roses.
Well, no, this book, and I hold it up and I toss the other one to Mulek, so at least, and then I share it with Falazure. Here, study this as we can study this as we go, so we can make sure we understand the language, and we can read the writing on the wall, per to say.
All right, hell, I'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was then observed now that you guys are here. It was the sun has been up for a little bit. Obviously, you guys haven't heard any noises or seen any movement around. Did you want to try to go to like a shrine over here, or check out where that movement was last night?
We can where's the nearest temple?
Don't we have to teleport over there? Or?
You guys already did.
We're already here.
That's what I thought.
You were away, and I just said
sorry.
Okay, no, that's fine.
No,
so probably as the crow flies, the closest one is this, but this one is fairly near. Obviously, the only way in or out of this area is this little place here. So, you could, if you wanted to go around the outside of it, you could check out whatever there might be over here.
Which one do you want to like? So I look at the group and I ask me, look, and everybody's like, where do we want to go? And has Tony gotten back yet?
Oh yeah, you see Tony.
Okay.
There.
All right, good. I'll just have him land on my shoulder. Guys, what do you think? Falazure, Mulek, Dez, guys, gals. What are we doing? What are we doing?
I don't really care as long as I think it'd be safe for us to teleport back to where we were at, stay the night, and do a rinse and repeat. Because I don't want to be out here when that damn thing we saw last night is roaming the streets of this abandoned city.
Okay, I'm cool with that. We can teleport back to the island in the middle of the lava every night to sleep. That doesn't hurt my feelings. But we gotta find these other stones of these trickster gods. That I do know.
Well,
so we need to head to the nearest temple.
Yeah, let's go to the close one.
Okay. Which one's closest?
Either or. They're both in the same distance.
All right. Well,
east or west?
This is new for me, but let's let Timora decide. And he reaches in and he pulls out a coin.
Oh goodness!
And he flips it.
Okay. So before you flip it, heads is what and tails is what? Heads.
Well, he was gonna yell, "Call it!" when he flipped it, but yeah.
Okay, yeah, but you have to. Okay.
Right.
Oh, okay, yeah. Call it. All right. So
left his heads and right his tails.
Okay. All right.
Where's the coin flip?
Oh, okay. I'll do a. What is it?
Just
1d2. Yeah.
Is
there?
Right, we'll go from left to right.
There's not a. I thought there was a. Maybe it's.
It'd be cool if there was like a coin or something that they should add that in Roll20, like deal with Timora or fortune gods. That would be cool, like interface.
There is a plugin, which is probably what you may have.
So that'd be tails.
Tails. So we go into the right towards the lava again.
Yeah.
Okay. Towards the lava. All right. So as you walk out of this compound, you are faced with this 20-foot high wall. that is this causeway, and there are
We give up and go left. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
There are some stairs down here
Mhm.
that will climb up to the top of that and let you go across it.
That'd be a good view. We can see what's happening over.
Should we?
Okay.
Do we need to be? That's where you heard some noises. Do we need to be quiet when we do this? We
I
still-
mean,
we still
I
want to
wouldn't-
be as stealthy
Yeah.
as possible.
yeah, I don't want to daddle or make a lot of noise. So
Everybody make me a nature check, and Des make it an advantage.
I'm gonna guide myself.
me too.
I'm popping one of my pills.
Oh.
Ooh.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, I don't need to. I got a 27.
Yeah, you
Dang.
Yeah, Des is staring off into space.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm happy with the 16.
Okay, yeah, Mulek and Krenraid, and Bell and Falazure. You guys are aware that that predatory animals, they typically have a cycle during which they hunt and during which they sleep. And you heard this thing crashing around at night. So you think that it's possible that this creature probably hunts at night and probably retreats to a den or a lair or something like that during the day. So, you may not want to be cavalier about it, but your senses tell you that, okay, we may not encounter this thing out during the day. If
Well,
it
but
was active.
Yeah, but then
there's other
God
dangers.
knows what else is. Yeah, right.
We don't know.
So,
We know a bunch of snake men killed a bunch of
Yep.
red wizards. So
if you guys choose to be stealthy as you go towards that, I will just ask for a group stealth check. Basically, I'm thinking of a number. Everybody rolls stealth. If more than half of you pass that threshold, then the group succeeds. So,
I don't have to do this with disadvantage anymore.
oh jeez.
Sorry, I didn't mean to roll it three
I think
times.
it's
Take the
control.
first one.
Lord.
Oh, what the?
good
Take the
lord,
first
Belle.
one.
Yeah, Bell. Very sneaky, very nice.
Holy cow!
She has a plus 12. I have a plus 13.
Okay.
It's still good stuff,
Yeah.
though.
1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of you had well above the target number that I was
Don't
thinking
worry,
of.
Bella got
So-
this.
Yeah. So you make your way rather quietly.
Falazure
Yeah.
with that fancy armor he's got on. He's
Yeah.
sounding like a freaking.
Yeah.
It's like that guy in the
Actually,
movie where
don't get a
the
stealth.
guy that carries all the damn pots on his back.
Yeah, me and you are like right at the back, sound like a literal orchestra of pans.
Cling, clang, clung, clung, clung.
And as you get towards the base of these stairs here, something catches your eye. The earth here is kind of soft, and it is. There are places in which it is a bit muddy, and you hear kind of just off underneath the underneath one of these trees, you hear some buzzing as of some insects, and you look on the ground and you see a pair of footprints. And these footprints are definitely reptilian. Kind of, and it's weird. It's 3 toes. There are 3 toes pointing what looks like forward, and 1 toe that looks like it's pointing backward. And from the back of the back toe to the front of the farthest front toe, the footprint is about 5 feet long.
Look, giant chicken.
And the buzzing sound that you hear is what's left of a creature that is not unlike probably a deer, but maybe kind of a more jungle type of deer. So a hooved animal. It was in life maybe 4 or 5 feet tall at the shoulder. And you see that its carcass has been bitten in half. And there, the head and part of the neck are sitting over in one place. One of the hind legs is sitting somewhere else, and then part of the carcass looks like it's just been shredded by like big swords or something, and entrails are sort of laying out, and it's very messily been eaten, and there's a big cloud of flies around the carcass.
Ugh, nasty.
As Tisks, he was not hunting for. It appears he does not appear. It does not appear to have been hunting for sustenance. It was hunting for fun.
Yeah, probably a mass of maybe a quarter of the animal is missing. So it probably ate some of it, but it didn't eat all of it.
Maybe it has like a preferred cut. Like personally, I've always been more of a sirloin kind of guy. Maybe it likes the brain.
But
Or saving it for later.
Many lizards will eat all of their meal, usually within a couple of bites, or swallow it mostly whole. The problem is, and at that point in time, their body will slowly digest it over a period of time so that they do not have to eat for some days. This seems to be more for the enjoyment of the kill.
Respect, I enjoy killing some things too.
Well, that's even more evidence for me not to be caught out here at dark. So, shall we?
Yes.
All right. So you climb up and over these stairs, and then you turn and you come down towards this compound. And as you get towards this, compounded. Where's there we go. That's what I was looking for. Okay. This, and then I'm going to go slow. What it is in the last week or two, D&D Beyond has been really slow. Let's go to this. Get to the place I can.
While we've been walking, as we're getting close to where we're going, why can't I find it? Always lose it. I cast this on our party.
Nice.
Okay, telepathic bond.
Yeah, so we're all hooked up.
We got that group Wi-Fi going on.
And do you have Tony out?
I do. He's still
Yeah.
on my shoulder.
Yeah, so I've got Casper as well. So I would have got all of us. IG's the only one not linked, but I already have that link with him.
Falazure's like, Krenraid.
Yes. Yes, God.
This is the voice of your god.
Oh, hey, man, what's up? It's been a while. You know, we haven't been able to talk recently because of the whole Soul Legend thing.
Stop eating pounds of bacon in one setting. It's not good for you.
My God.
You know that will never happen, right? You lose all respect for me
You're
if I
trying to
agree to
catch
that.
Stout or not snickering and just laughing as we're walking.
This is just giving one of those really slow inhales and slow exhales, like
Stout walks up behind us and pats him on the back and just looks at him with that look of, I know.
Okay. So, there is a, as you approach this, you approach a ruined shrine, stands at the heart of this walled compound. Tall monoliths flank the entrance, decorated with images of a jaguar with 6 snakes sprouting from its shoulders. A stone door is set into the shrine beyond.
Out of character. What do I remember? If I remember, this is not a good deity, right?
Well, you remember from your research that this is Shagambi. And Shagambi, is the jaguar with the snakes, is called a Kamadan. And Shagambi is actually known as being wise and virtuous, and is neutral good.
Falazure's like, I recognize this markings. This is from I think what was it called? Shagambi? I can't remember.
Shagambi, yeah.
I'm.
Sorry. Okay. No, that's fine.
And I do remember it's a neutral good deity, but considering what we had to deal with the lawful good deities temple, I don't know what to expect in this one.
To be honest with you, Falazure, what we expected in the last one, I think all these temples might have been messed with. Just to be honest.
Well, I guess that damn lich has booby-trapped everything.
Yeah, from what I read on him, I wouldn't put it past him.
Yeah, a shields up kind of moment, I feel like. Nice and hardy.
Yeah, we should be on our
Arcane bead and give it to my owl.
Okay, you guys are approaching more or less from the north. And as with the other shrine, there, the wall outside, has some breaks in the wall. So I am going to go ahead and show you what you all would see. This shrine, the building itself, looks like, at least from the angle you're looking at it, it looks more circular than square. The wall outside of the shrine does look like a rectangle. But the actual shrine building itself looks more square in shape. And you would be approaching and would see this. So, what you see from the north, you see the broken wall here, and you see a cart here that has a wheel missing from it. And it looks like a cart that would be pulled probably by an ox or something, but obviously there's no ox there.
Would you like me to test the theory of anti-magic again?
I
That
think
would be
yeah.
important to do, yes.
So Thalor stealthily walks past the cart, past the wall to like right here.
Okay, to right here. Okay.
Just past the threshold of the wall.
Okay. As soon as you pass beyond the barrier of the wall, the telepathic bond dissipates. Now, the nice thing is we have everybody kind of on this map, so I can just grab the tokens.
So you hear Thalor just, under his breath say, or he tries for a second and goes, hello, and then you hear him say out loud, shit.
Okay, so you guys, I guess everybody else would be outside of the wall except for Falazure. And then Falazure, as you get there, the cart lurches, and leaping from the cart are two large creatures. And they indeed look like jaguars, and they have snakes sprouting out of their shoulders.
I didn't see these in the cart or underneath it.
Nope. They were hiding. They were well hidden in it.
Gotcha.
And they leap out. At the moment they leap out, you get a warning.
Right.
That they are leaping out, and so you're not surprised. They were attempting to ambush, but everybody gets to roll initiative, and it will be an even combat to see who goes first. So we will go ahead and take a
take the first one, not the second. My mouth is acting up.
Okay. All right. Oh, foo. So I need to make sure these. Okay. So. Oh.
Woot! We all get to reroll.
There we go.
Yep, 24.2.
Yep.
Dang, Bill. Jeez.
I'm doing good tonight on the rolls. Maybe I should eat more sugar.
Right.
It's because they're fellow cats.
That can also work too.
Okay. All right. So, do we have everybody? I think we have everybody. Go ahead and put that in descending order. We will move our music back over here to the sounds of battle. And, Belle, you get to act first. These two large jaguars leap out towards Falazure, and they have claws. They have their own jaguar heads, and then these writhing snakes all seem attentive and look like they might attack as well. So, Belle, what would you like to do?
Looks like it's stabbing time again, because no magic, but...
Well, okay, remember...
One of them's kind of half out, right?
Yes. Remember, if the creature is outside of the wall, then... And you are outside the wall, then you will be able to attack it as normal. So your spells and effects will have it. But Thaldor, where you are, your weapons and armor and everything don't have their enchantment bonus.
Yep.
All right. So, Belle, you may proceed.
Give me 1 second. Okay. Belle, looking at the creature in front of her, she does not like that. So at 3rd level, she is going to Guiding Bolt it.
Guiding Bolt. Okay.
For a 27 to hit.
Jesus.
That'll hit. So 14 and 7, 21 points of damage.
Ouch.
All right. Yeah, it takes that and it snarls. Looks at you. And
Belle will only just hiss back.
and the snake, a couple of the snake heads turn to you and hiss, and a couple of the other snake heads are still looking at Thaldor.
Which one did you hit?
The one that's right next to you. Yeah.
Perfect. That means I get advantage and sneak attack.
Yeah. So actually, we'll move you there so you're not in
That's
the space. Belle, anything else?
That will be her turn. Besides trying to move closer to it, so she's protective over her peoples.
Okay. So yeah, you can move.
She's moving right over here.
All right. So yes, you are within a 5-foot square of it. So Thaldor, now you also have an ally. Well, actually, with IG, you also have an ally within 5 feet.
Oh yeah. And so my rapier is +3, so you'll have to take, it'll be 9 instead of 12 to hit. So 9 to hit.
Oh, it didn't roll.
No, I haven't rolled it yet. I'm just trying to do some math, but I'll roll it real quick.
Yeah, just roll, and I'll take 3 off of whatever it says. That's the easiest way to do it. Is just roll it, and we'll subtract 3 from whatever the roll is. So it's a 20 to hit. It deals 13 piercing and then 14 sneak attack damage for a total of 30. So it takes 30 damage. And
is there a bonus on the damage or no?
It's a 27 damage.
So 27 damage, yeah.
27. Woo,
Which is still very good.
27.
Stab, yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. So, how much did we say you hit it for? You hit it for 21. So
for 20, hit it for 20 and 27 damage.
Belle hit it for 21 damage.
Oh, roll again just to see if you magically get a crit.
And then...
So you have advantage.
Oh, that's right. I do have advantage.
Oh, you do have advantage.
That's right. Hold on. No.
Nope.
Nah.
All right. So...
Not as lucky as me tonight.
Hey.
Flexing here.
With your rapier, you do in fact bloody it. So
nice.
First one is bloodied. Anything else, Thaldor?
No. Well, I'm right there next to it. I could disengage and hide, but you know what? This is the first time you see Thaldor stand his ground. He's like, nope, I'm gonna fight. And you see him flourish his sword.
Okay. All right, Krenraid. So, since you weren't here last week, the way the anti-magic field works is anything outside the wall, if you attack it from outside, you get all your normal bonuses. All your magic items work just fine. If you try to attack this one, let's say inside the wall, then any enhancement bonus on your weapon would go away. I mean, your weapon is still a weapon, so it would still hit. You just wouldn't get like the extra pluses from enhancement to hit and damage. So
is that also going to apply to inherent non-magic effects like Divine Fury or Rage?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well,
Divine Fury is kind of magic, but it's
yeah. If it comes from a magical source like the Divine Fury, a smite, or something like that comes from the source of a deity, yes, that would fizzle out and would not work.
Very good.
But your strength bonus would still be there and those types of things. So.
Okay, so that works absolutely fine. Krenraid will scream, Baruch Tanal! Run over here and smack. Because I don't want to get in Dez's way. Which I can go over here and not get in Mulek's way. Perfect.
But if you stand there, then you're blocking the other one from coming out.
Yeah, don't worry. I've got a plan for that.
Okay.
Attacking this one.
Okay. So now you can put any smites or anything on this one, and it will work.
Yes. We're going to go into Rage first as a bonus action. And then we will attack with advantage because it's a reckless attack. It also has great weapon master, so it's -5. So 25.
25 will hit.
For the juice. So it's total of 28 plus 3, 31, 36 damage.
Okay. Krenraid, how would you like to kill this creature?
As its flank is turned towards me, as it focuses on Falazure, who just stabbed the hell out of it, I'll come back and just break its spine with the hammer.
Okay. All right. So you deal all that damage to it, and it is dead. So that is your
First attack.
First attack. This other one is kind of on the ground next to the wagon now. So what would you like to do?
Can I reach it? Like, it's within 5 feet, so I can attack it, but can I reach it with my hands?
You sure can. If you want to try to, like, grapple it.
Maybe.
Okay.
Okay, so as a second attack, I'm declaring as a grapple. And I'm using the maul to assist. It doesn't give me any pluses. It's just straight.
Okay.
So I'm just flavoring it that way. It doesn't make a difference.
Sure.
So it's going to be a weapon attack against this guy without the +1, because it's non-magical, obviously. This will be made as a reckless attack, so it will be with advantage, and I'm raging, so it's also adding on to that.
So 27, and then it gets to choose. Okay, so it has it has the same bonus, so it doesn't matter. It's going to try to do a strength check to get out, or to avoid a 27. I doubt it's going to be able to do that. Nope, it cannot. So you grapple it.
Fantastic. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and walk over here and drag it with me so it's outside of the magic field and people could just beat the hell out of it.
Okay, so you walk over here. All right.
Perfect.
And it is there. And it's... you somehow don't know how Krenraid is doing this, but... since it doesn't get reactions, I don't see anyone having it do this. Those snake heads are all writhing around, but for some reason they're not biting him.
I'm too short, and I've got its ass right now, and it just can't reach back.
maybe that's it. Yeah, maybe that's it. You've grabbed its back leg and you're pulling it out that way. All right.
Exactly. Okay. I've tied the maul in between its hind legs and I'm dragging it back with the maul. So I got a bit of distance and it just can't snap back. And that's me. I could do more. I'm not going to. Let's have some fun with this.
Okay. Mulek, you are up.
All right, first thing first, Casper's going to release the bead, the Arcane Abeyance bead, which has the spell. Where is it? It's going to bless three people. So it's going to bless Bell, Krenraid, and Falazure, since they are all three right in front of this creature.
Okay. Krenraid. Bell. Whoops. Bell, and then Falazure. Get the bless. Okay.
And then Casper will I'll command Casper to go into this tree and hide in the tree.
Okay. All right.
And then with my action, I'm going to cast slow on this creature right here.
Ooh, slow. Okay. You alter time around up to 6 creatures of your choice. Okay. Wisdom saving throw of DC 17. So it has to try to make a wisdom save of 17. It fails. So now, all right. Takes -2 penalty to AC, dexterity saving throw, and can't use reactions on its turn. Use either an action or a bonus action, but not both. Regardless of the creature's abilities or magic items, can't make more than one melee or ranged attack during its turn. So it is a snail.
Yep. It can only make one attack.
Yep. Okay.
And then lastly, IG will come up to it and start whomping on it.
Okay.
Since he can do something.
Whomping like a whomping willow.
Okay.
Boom,
AC of 26 will hit, and 26 will hit. So 15 and 13 is 28. 2 solid punches.
And that's my turn.
And this thing lets out a yowl like a cat that's tail has been stepped on. Okay. That is Mulek. Falazure, you are up. There's this crazy creature with looks like a big jaguar with snake heads growing out of its shoulders. What would you like to do? Ken, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm going to. Okay, is this the same damn scenario as if I try to cast magic on this thing? It's not going to go through?
No. It's because it's outside the wall.
Okay. What's the rule if I'm in melee with it? I can only cast a. I can't cast.
Well, you have a touch spell, or any spell that has a range of touch is fine.
Whatever.
Or any spell.
Sunblade.
Yeah. Sunblade is fine. That'll work.
Yeah, that'll work.
Yep. Great.
Okay.
That's my turn.
You have
Now-
advantage because it's on the ground.
Yeah, you have advantage.
Oh,
Oh, that's right. It's prone. Okay.
That's good.
Oh my god. That is the best roll.
The
Only
definition
my
of
character.
karma, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. Okay. So. Wow. Okay.
12 damage.
Was he thinking it
12.
one-handed or two-handed?
No, it's more than that. It's not maxed. I don't have it set up for max. So it's a 1d8 plus 4. And then the crit, it's another 1d8, right?
Yeah, 1d8
total
plus
of-
4. So 6 and 4 would be 10, and then 8 more would be 18. So
18.
deals 18 damage.
So you just see Falazure just pull this sunblade out and just
and
beautifully whack this thing.
It is bloodied. Okay.
Yeah. No, that's my turn.
Okay. Then it is the creature's turn. And this creature turns to you, or turns toward you all, and golly, pick your poison here. Pick your poison.
Go after Falazure.
Let's say it's this, and it's going to be that, and it's going to be that. Okay, it turns its jaguar head to look at Falazure and Krenraid. And it exhales a gas. It's kind of a misty gas. And Falazure and Krenraid, I need you both to make a oh god, why did I close the stupid thing? A Constitution save, because it has just tried to use its sleep breath on the two of you.
Oh, I'm immune to sleep.
I'm with advantage. 13 plus bless, which I think is a D4.
Yeah, D4, add a D4.
Might help. That helped a lot, I think.
17. Okay, so yes, and then Falazure is immune to sleep.
I do believe elves are immune to sleep. If
Um,
I remember correctly, let me look.
You have advantage, I think, of being charmed. I don't,
let's just double check the.
Features and traits.
oh, maybe you are asleep.
There's something to do with.
Yeah, there's something about. I can't remember whether it's resistance or whether it's.
You have advantage on saving throws against being charmed, and magic can't put you to sleep.
Okay. So yes, you are immune to the effects of the.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Yes.
First time in 7 years I've been finally got sleep put on me and my racial comes in handy.
Okay. You both shake it off, and the creature is very sad because it is very hurt and it may not last very much longer. Des,
Yes.
you are up.
Oh, it can roll again a wisdom save to see if it's not slowed anymore.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh!
Okay.
There you go.
That ability was a real snooze.
Okay, so
crud.
it's okay. Des, you are up.
So Des, at this point in time, excuse me. Starting from a point within range. Okay. So, he saw this creature slow down extremely.
Yep.
And even though... Sorry.
Bless you.
Even though he has made his wisdom save and he's no longer slowed, that doesn't take effect until...
Till its next turn.
Okay. So, starting...
I mean, technically, if somebody moved out of its threatened range, it could make an opportunity attack, but...
Yep.
Okay. So starting, like, I want the edge of what I want to cast to be here. It can cover this guy
Okay.
too.
All right. This one is dead, and
Well, I know
remember,
that's what I'm saying. Is it doesn't matter?
remember
Oh, it's this.
everything south of this line, anti-magic zone.
Oh.
So don't put anything in there because it's not going to work.
Okay, never mind.
Single target spell is your friend. If you don't have a single target spell, you might as well attack it.
Or, maybe try and put it down. Put it to sleep. Say, I'm top dog. I'm top cat.
Yeah, if you have command, or if you have sleep, or if you have something like that, you could do that.
You reckon it's in Dez's personality to try and save the animal? Is that what Dez would do? No.
Is he half in and half outside of that line?
Right.
Yes.
So if you
Okay.
attack the creature itself, you can attack the creature itself with a spell.
Okay.
Or with a magical effect.
Okay. Then, he is going to create.
Uh-oh.
Flame
And
blade.
Come
Okay.
over here. Unfortunately, there's a lot of people in the way.
Well, you can move through your allies. Say you don't have to go around them. You can just go through them. Yeah. All right.
All right. And I attack.
Okay.
Snicker snack. Let's see here.
Oh, okay. Well, the other thing is it no longer has the penalty for armor class. Put down the slow. So
This did not have that in here.
just make a melee spell attack. So it's just a d20 plus your spell attack bonus.
That's so weird.
So
It's got all the other ones in there.
Look at your sheet with your
Yeah,
spell attack
that's fine.
bonus.
There. Well,
Okay, 18. That will hit. And then roll 3d6 damage, presuming you cast it at second level.
mm-hmm.
8 points of damage. Okay. Takes 8 points of fire damage.
Fire damage, yeah.
And I don't think these things... Nope, they don't have resistance to fire. Anything else does.
Mm.
That was a move.
Nope.
Okay. All right. Bonus action. All right. Belle, you're up.
Belle, my turn. Belle would like to ding it. She will ding her little tiny bell and cast Toll the Dead. So the DC Wisdom 16. And that is kind of sad because lower damage is actually just more damage. But it would be taking 7
It
damage.
Fails.
Fine. Look what I just did.
Okay, wait a minute.
There's nothing wrong with flame blade, Josh. It's fire damage. It could be helpful.
Yeah, 8 points.
Yeah, it's 8. I know the numbers aren't big, but it's
No,
fire
it
damage.
has taken damage, so it takes the 14.
Oh.
1d12.
2d12. Okay, no, it takes 2d12, which is 6, or which is 7 in this case, because
Yeah.
yeah.
He's already taking damage.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah.
So it takes that, and it's still alive, not quite dead. All right.
He'll
Anything else?
continue to hiss at it, but that'll be your turn.
Okay, Thaldor, you are up.
Thaldor's gonna run up behind it. Boom. And I'm gonna hit it with my rapier. This is interesting because you actually see me fight, flourish my sword for once. So here we go.
Wish.
All right, you're good with your sword. We've seen you wield your sword a few times.
Okay, so 21 will hit.
Yep, and 31 damage.
Yeah,
It's with advantage 'cause
31
he's prone,
damage.
but doesn't matter.
Thaldor, how would you like to kill this creature?
So as it's facing the rest of the group, you see Thaldor come up behind it. In one swift move, he goes at the base of the neck behind its head and just goes straight through its throat. Whoosh! In one clean motion. And as he pulls the blade out, he wipes it against his fur and puts it back in his scabbard.
Okay. At the end of the battle, as the last creature falls, a voice rings out. And it's a voice that you all have heard before. You heard this voice yesterday when you entered the area of the first shrine. And this voice now says, "You have found one of my cubes and gave me a new soul to chew. Ask me nice, and you may find that I can be a helpful guide. Who wants a blessing from my crypt so you can read the ancient script? Speak up and kindly ask kindly for a boon, but mock me and I'll be your doom."
You hear Thaldor from where he's at shout out, "By the way, no more magic anymore when you pass the wall again."
Falazure walks up to Thaldor and he's like, "Hey, nicely handled."
Thanks. But no,
Problem.
and I definitely don't want a boon from him. Not making disrespect, but no thank you.
I mean, I'm still pretty hungry, so
No,
I wouldn't
no.
say no to like a.
Not food. Boon.
Boon.
Yeah, I know. A boon is food to Krenraid.
Okay. Krenraid.
He doesn't make the request. Don't worry. He hasn't said it. He hasn't.
Oh, he doesn't say it out loud. He doesn't.
He does. He's thinking about it, but then he probably thinks that this is some finger waggling bull, so he doesn't really understand it. And he's like, "Do I speak up? Am I supposed to respond to this?" Or like, he's asking me a question. I'm not really sure. So he's kind of just pondering out loud at this
You
point.
hear us say no.
Yeah, exactly. So the response is a resounding
Okay.
no. So he'd say no, he doesn't.
Does anybody respond at all to the voice?
Being able to read would be pretty good.
I don't know. Thinking about it.
I look at
Okay.
Falazure and I'm like,
He asked for. Can you repeat what he said? It's like if
Sure.
you ask for a blessing, but if you don't, or something like that.
Okay. I will put it in the Roll20 and in the Discord for your Roll20, so the
Yeah, I found one of my.
chat can see it, and in Roll20 here. So
Krenraid does sound, being able to does say out loud, being able to speak that ancient language, read ancient language would be pretty good. So you can take that however which way you want to describe
Okay.
that, Callie.
Make me, Krenraid, a persuasion check.
oh god.
I love this because he doesn't know he's doing it. This is perfect.
Oh.
Okay.
But I
Um,
does bless help with this? I don't think it does.
Yeah. Bless.
Yeah, you're
you.
still blessed for a minute.
Yeah,
It's
you're
a
still
saving
blessed.
throw though, right? It's not a skill check, I think.
Well, yeah. Let's see.
Oh.
It's,
Does bless only work on saving
Can't-
throws?
whenever a target makes an attack roll or a saving throw.
So, but it's not a skill check. All right. there's a beat that goes by, and nothing seems to happen. And then, Krenraid, you feel a sense of understanding come to your mind. And you're not quite sure understanding of what, but there's now a sense of understanding in your mind.
Oh my god, I know how to cook that omelette that guy made at the pub. I know how he did it! I've been thinking about that for years!
Wait, what?
This omelette I had, it had bacon in it, and I didn't know how he managed to put the bacon inside the omelette and make it so fluffy. I know how he did it now! It's mistaken identity. He's mistaken the understanding of something he constantly thinks about.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens later.
Okay, I'm so lost. So out of the game, what happened?
Out of game, Krenraid spoke up. He said something politely. Knowing how to read would be rather nice.
Oh, wow.
And so now he feels like he has an understanding, but he's not quite sure what the understanding is yet.
And he misunderstood what the understanding was about.
Yeah, and in character, he's thinking that now he understands something that has preoccupied Krenraid for a long time.
I get it.
There you go.
So Salvador says, okay, let's walk around the outside of this place and get to the front.
Okay, as you start to do that, you hear some rustling from inside the cart, and you hear you.
Oh god damn it! I knew it. Kittens.
Des will immediately go over.
Yeah, and take them with us.
And take the carton and reach in and attempt to pull out whatever it was.
You push aside like an old rotted tarp, and you see in a nest of straw and rags in the corner of the cart, you see 3 cubs.
Oh my.
And these are cubs that have the coloration of leopards, and they are about the size of a full-grown house cat. They just have like the fur on them, and they just sort of look at you and go mew, mew. And as you reach down and touch them, you can feel that across their shoulders there are like little nubs where something may be growing, but right now it's just those nubs are so small they're covered by the fur.
Des uses his Beach of Beast and Leaf to let's see here. I want to make sure that I understand here. Limited manner with beast and plants, they can understand the meaning of your words, though you may have no special ability to understand them in your dream. You have advantage on charisma checks to make to influence them. So he will basically take the old tarp and create a form of a sling and goes, there. I will take care of you until we can either find you one of your kind to take care of you, or you may stay with us after you have grown.
Well, I think we just killed their kind.
I know.
Yeah, we just killed Mommy
you
and
guys
Daddy.
may have, but anyway.
I mean, you stabbed him with a fiery sword. You're not exactly exempt from this.
I know.
Everybody turn around, I'll do it. No, I'm just kidding.
He gathers them up into basically a sling of sorts up against him, and then gives them little pets and scritches and
Okay.
here's them off.
you are familiar with the speech of Beast and Leaf, and while it doesn't give you the ability to understand the creatures, you kind of always get a sense when a beast or a plant understands you.
Right.
And these just sort of give you the same look like any animal would if any humanoid were talking
Right.
to them. It responds more to the tone of your voice. What I'm telling you and what Des would understand is Des realizes these are not beasts. They don't understand what he's saying with speech of Beast and Leaf.
Okay.
So,
they're
whatever kind of creature
intelligent
they are.
creatures.
Well, not necessarily, but in D&D, every creature has a type, and that particular spell is limited to creature type beast and creature type plant. This
Gotcha.
is neither beast nor plant.
Gotcha.
That's what you gain, or that's what you understand from that.
That's fine.
You don't know if they're particularly intelligent or not intelligent, but you just know they don't qualify for it.
It's fine. He'll still give him a little bit of...
Yeah. But they respond to the tone of your voice and the treatment that you are giving them. And, of course, they immediately start to snuffle around like they're looking for something to eat. As small baby creatures
Or want to do.
Would tend to do. And... based on the type of creature they are, they probably are carnivores.
Oh, yeah. That's a given.
So.
Okay. So I've
All right.
gathered them up, and they are now with me.
Okay. So, anybody want to do anything else while your guys are here?
I will be looking at these little tiny, well, not so tiny kittens with like the biggest, widest eyes of like family. But at the same time, she's so worried she's not going around it 'cause she feels like this feeling of being cursed. Of if she goes near them, they might die.
Aww. That's a psychological roller coaster, isn't it?
Mulek will bring Casper back.
Okay. Mulek brings Casper back then.
Yeah.
Does Falazure notice Bill's how she's feeling?
Oh yeah, anyone can like see that her eyes have been gone wide and like almost like little tiny tears in her eyes.
Falazure walks over and he kind of like pushes her in the shoulder slightly. He says, "Hey, what did the used cart salesman tell the magician?"
I don't know.
Pick a cart, any cart.
She'll look around and says, "What cards?"
Oh,
Right over her head. Whoosh.
Oh, goodness. All right.
She'll kind
Guys
of
will
like
look at her and
look
go, "Do
back
you want to
at the
hold one?"
kittens.
Do you want to hold one?
She'll vividly shake her head no and then go like out of view of the little ones, but she'll still be trying to peer over someone's shoulder to look.
Poor Des is now completely and utterly confused.
Yeah.
Okay, then.
It's because she's a cat, so that like she feels like that kid,
So Mulek's going to blink out Casper and then ask Thaldor, "Should we going to search the perimeter?"
Yeah, let's get around to the front of this place. We need to see what we're dealing with.
Okay. All right. So let me go ahead and...
On the outside of the perimeter, Falazure.
Yeah.
Don't think we want to be on the inside.
Do this.
He's not making the same mistake as last time. He's going to go with you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess we lost Bless. It's over.
Yeah, Bless is gone.
Yeah, probably lasts, a minute?
Yeah, it's a fast one.
Okay, it's good for a combat, but that's about it.
Yeah.
All right. So you go around
No.
and you find the entrance is on the south side of this. And Krenraid, as you come around, you look up above the entrance and you see a stone carving. And the stone carving is very clearly words that you are able to read. And
No way.
the stone carving says, Shagambi teaches us to fight evil with honor.
Oh, it's a dwarvish. Shagambi teaches us to fight evil with honor, it says. I guess the dwarfs built this place.
And the rest of you look at that. No, it's not dwarvish. It's the same script that
Me,
Dwarvex
Mulek,
was
and
translating.
Falazure have been studying that book. We know that it's
Not-
or whatever.
Well, you would recognize what script it is, but
That's what I meant. Yeah.
but it would take you probably about a minute to at best to decipher each word.
Got you. But
He just reads it. No,
Wow.
it's
Krenraid, that's
Yeah?
not dwarvish. I know dwarvish, my friend. And I tell him a statement dwarvish. That,
good
my
sack.
friend, no. Gusak, no. That's not dwarvish you just read.
It's
I look
not.
back at Falazure and Mulek. No. That's ancient Omu.
I didn't know I spoke Oh my god, I speak ancient Omu. I'm a genius.
Apparently you do now.
I guess I must have picked up on my travels, I must be real smart with them words.
Well, hold on. Should we double check? Should we verify that what he's saying says is what it says, at least for a couple of these words?
Sure. So in the book, Galley, is there like a phrase and I can cover up the word and I know what it means?
yes. If both of you are looking, go ahead and make me an intelligence check with advantage.
Oh,
Who? All three of us, or
Well, there's two books.
Uh-huh.
So
okay.
if whoever's holding the books gets to do this.
Got it.
oh my gosh.
Okay.
That was horrible.
Yeah. Mulek,
Wow.
it takes you about a minute, and you are able to decipher two of the words and confirm that those words, yes, appear in the right order of what Krenraid said. Faldor, by the time Mulek is saying, yeah, that seems to be what it says, you're still trying to figure out which of those symbols goes with that in the book. You're basically, your roll means it would take you like 10 minutes to decipher a word.
Well, it looks like Krenraid's got the gift.
Wow. I hope that didn't come at a price.
I've always been very good with words, not a problem.
And so flanking this entrance, there are two stone monoliths, each one 15 feet tall and draped in vines. Reliefs on those two monoliths show Shagambi, which is this jaguar creature with the snakes, overseeing Cholton warriors, so human warriors, as they train with spears and swords. And we are at the top of the hour, so this is where we are going to leave the session. When we come back next time, we will see about going into the shrine. So congratulations, Paul, on your character sheet. You can put down in the notes somewhere that you are able to read Old Omuin. And then maybe in parentheses say gift.
Oops.
That means you're the next one to die because the last one who could speak Omuin died.
All right. Better me than you, boys. Better me than you.
Yeah.
How do you spell Omuin? O-M-U-E-N?
Omuan, I think.
Run.
All right. And viewers, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us this evening. Hope you enjoyed our So that will be fun. They've been doing well lately, and they seem to be taking this this cup run seriously this year. So that's good. All right, Michael and Paul. Anything going on between now and next Wednesday that you want to let people know about?
Nothing that doesn't have a conflict, but what I will say is just come back, check out Gally's YouTube channel, because this is some truly incredibly fun thing to play. So I'm sure it's an incredibly fun thing to watch.
Okay,
I will
good.
not be here for the next next Wednesday game that we have. I will be recovering from surgery.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay, so the first Wednesday in July.
that
Yeah.
is correct.
Okay. All right. Well,
Your surgery
then we wish you well on your surgery. Hope you have a speedy and
I may be
full
sitting in a
recovery.
hospital bed half out of my mind on pain meds, but if they let me have my phone, I may be listening in.
Okay.
I'd love to hear more
Alright.
about that later. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. And might have a Lore Friday on Friday. Might not. Monster Monday this coming week, we will be looking at the Strixhaven Strixhaven Campus Guide. This is a very fun automaton, or not automaton, a very fun construct, and making different versions of it for different tiers is very interesting because there's a lot of cool things you can do with it if you want to keep it in the same vein or the same kind of creature that it is in the campaign. So this is one of those that it's a monster we're going to reskin, but it's going to do something maybe a little bit different than what you're normally thinking. So join us Monday for that. And that is going to do it for tonight. So viewers, thanks again for joining